This video is a warning to anyone thinking about starting a private label business through Amazon FBA. Don't do it. What's up, Empire Builders? JT Franco here. Welcome back to another video. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a six-figure Amazon FBA entrepreneur and mentor. Now, this video is for all of you that are in the middle, that are researching, that are trying to discover the right business for you. You're probably looking at Amazon FBA, obviously, if you're here, maybe Shopify, maybe whatever, cryptocurrency, whatever it may be, and you're trying to think if this is the right path. You're trying to, kind of get the groove going, but you don't know where to start. You don't know where to look. You don't know if you should even be in this business, because I've seen it before. A lot of people, students that join the Empire Academy, they're excited, they're really riled up, they're ready to go, and then they realize they're not cut out for it, because Amazon's great. You can make great passive income on Amazon, relatively passive, and you can scale it to huge numbers super fast, but it is not for everybody. There's certain qualities and certain traits where if you got it, you got it. If you don't, you just don't. So the main idea of this video, I'm gonna lay it out plain and simple, what makes a good Amazon seller. If you got it, go for it. And if you don't, then at least you know and you can move on, right? So I just don't want you guys to waste your time getting into the wrong business. So I'm gonna lay out 10 things that if match with you, you should not start an Amazon FBA private label business. So don't start Amazon if you have no time. I saw this happen very recently, actually, with a member of the Empire Academy. They got in, they're super excited, but it wasn't moving fast for them. They were trying, right? I could tell they were trying because of the questions they were asking me, but it wasn't going as fast as my testimonials that we show and some of the stuff that we show on the site. So he actually got mad at me, like, how can we move this along faster? Is there something you're not telling me? And I asked him, how much time are you devoting? How much time are you spending on your Amazon FBA business? And he goes, actually, I haven't finished the course yet. I'm just doing a few hours a week, 2 to 3 hours every single week. And I'm like, you can't get results. Well, you can, but you can't get the results you want. You can't expect this huge, burst of income when you're not putting in that grind, because the beginning of FBA is super grindy, right? It's super it's your nose is in the dirt. You're looking, you're researching, you're negotiating, you're contacting different people, trying to learn everything you can at the same time, trying to launch this business. So you need to be able to devote time to this. You can't just think that, you can put in a few hours, 2 hours. Like, first of all, the student I'm talking about, he has a good excuse. He has a very time-consuming job, but it helps. That job gives him capital, but at the same time, he doesn't have enough time to devote, right? So it has to be a longer I told him it's gonna be a longer process. So have expectations that are equal to the amount of time that you can put in. So I like to say 1 hour a day is good. Like, when I say 1 hour a day, that's real focused work, not just, all right, my hour starts now, just watch a YouTube video, 15-minute YouTube video, maybe like this one, and 45 minutes of product research. Like, when I say an hour, it's really a real dedicated hour, and that's 7 days a week, right? So if you can do 7 hours a week, you're probably good. You can get a product up in 2 to 3 months, and you'll be banging. Now, of course, if you can put more hours in, it's better, but have expectations of time. If you can do less than 7 hours a week, then maybe don't start Amazon. Look for something more passive, more turnkey, like maybe turnkey real estate to invest your money, or cryptocurrency if you have the guts for it, something like that, where you don't really have to spend anything. It's kind of a one and done kind of deal. Otherwise, you're going to need to be realistically expecting to put real man hours into this. Next, don't start Amazon if you want a quick cash grab, because that is not Amazon. If you're looking for something where you can go in and out in a month and maybe make 50 grand in that time span and then leave, you're looking in the wrong place, right? Maybe if you got in like a crazy product like a fidget spinner and that's possible. I've seen that happen, but majority, that's not the case. Now, I know there's a lot of YouTubers who will make it look like, they literally went from zero to Lamborghini overnight, but be careful. You got to think about it. Where did they get that money, right? Where is it really Amazon they got that from? Are they showing that? Are they being transparent? There's a lot of YouTubers who have Lambos who are very open about their earnings, and they're all good. But then there's others who are trying to sell the dream while not really, providing, showing proof that they, you know, have built that dream themselves. So I'm just saying, be careful with that, because a lot of people try to sell Amazon as a cash grab when really that's not the case. It's a long-term thing, you know, especially like I said, the grinding part of it. When you think about when you invest your money and when you get paid out, there's a stretch there, right? The second you invest your money, you gotta wait for the production, the manufacturing, the shipping. You gotta wait for designers when you're designing your packaging, your your labels, your logos, and then like I said, it ships to Amazon, and then Amazon's got to sort it out. Then you gotta launch your product, do giveaways if you're going that route, or run PPC, and then you're gonna have a slim profit margin at that beginning phase, and then when you're ready to get paid out, it takes 2 weeks to get paid out, right? So you got to think about logistically when you pay your money to when you're getting paid. It's not going to be a cash grab, but once your first payment comes out, it starts becoming much faster. But you need to realize that the time span between those two things, the first payment that you put out and then the first payment you get in, there's a bit of time there, right? So just keep that in mind. And if that's something that scares you, if you don't have time, if you're like in a bind and you're trying to, I don't know, pay off a loan shark, don't do Amazon, do something else. Now, again, number 3, don't do Amazon if you are afraid of doing research. Now, again, this comes down to time, but also I'm gonna get into something else in a second here. But when I talk about doing research, I'm talking about, reading blog posts, watching YouTube videos, podcasts, forums, Reddit, Facebook groups, everything, trying to soak it all in. Now, when I say you're afraid of doing research, like, think about it. When you look up Amazon FBA, like you're watching this video right now, is it exciting to you? Do you want to soak it up? Like when you hear things like minimum order quantity, PPC, outside traffic, product research, does that scare you away, or does that make you want to, are you trying to take it all in? If you're trying to take it all in, which you're probably doing right now, then go for it. Now, the thing I wanted to talk about when I'm talking about research is courses. This is the big taboo. This is the big question in the air when it comes to Amazon FBA, because everyone sells a course, including myself. Should you buy one? Why do people sell courses? Is it worth it to you? Now, when it comes down to courses, I did a whole video on it, 25-minute video on it, pretty much saying if you don't buy a course, there's 3 core reasons you're not buying a course. Right now, I broke it down in 25 minutes. If you want to check it out, watch it right over here. Now, the thing about courses is this. The people that say don't buy a course, it's a scam, you're looking at it in the wrong. Those are the same people that'll spend $40,000 for college tuition with 0 return on that time and that money, right? A course is not, you can't look at it as a consumer product. If you're looking at it as a consumer product for $1,000 or whatever it may be, then it sounds scary. Oh, you're selling, pre-recorded information for $1,000. Scam. You can't look at it with a consumer mindset. It's an investment. It's a tool. It's just like investing in college. It's investing in education and knowledge, right? If you look at the return on a college tuition and what you're going to get paid, maximum probably $85,000 a year, and you look at a course, which is maximum $1,000 for the course, and you can make, 6 figures a month off Amazon really relatively fast, it's almost a no-brainer, right? So if you're afraid of jumping into a course, like you could do it all for free. Like I've said before, you could learn it all for free. You can learn it all just watching videos like this, doing all the research like I was saying online for free, but it's time versus money. You'd probably spend 15 times more looking at online, right? If you think you can do it all yourself, if you're already like, oh, I can do that all myself, it's called self-sufficiency narcissism. And that's kind of where I was before, where I was like, I can do it all myself. But really, there's people out there who have done it, people out there who have learned it. Why would you, Otto van Bismarck said, people think that it's best to learn from experience. But wouldn't you rather profit from other people's experience? They've already gone through it, they've already tried it, they've already done it, proven, tested, failed, succeeded, and they're giving you the formula. Like if you're trying to, anyways, courses, it's a great idea. If you don't want to do a course, we have a free masterclass in the description, totally free. I sit down for an hour with you guys, and I give you 3 tips that a lot of people are teaching wrong these days. So if you want to check out the masterclass, in the description, if you're not ready for the course. Now, the next thing, do not start Amazon if you have no patience. Now, again, it kind of fits into time, but this is more of not time spent, but time waiting. There's gonna be a lot of road bumps, a lot of stuff that come in between what you think you can achieve in a certain amount of time that will really elongate that. And that just comes with the territory, like delays, Chinese holidays, problems with manufacturing, Amazon messing around with your account, which if you ask any seller happens quite a bit. Maybe hijackers or shipping delays, whatever it may be, there's going to be stuff like that where you just need to have patience, especially even like negotiating with suppliers, because remember, most of the time they'll be in China, unless you order for someone else, but 95% of the time you're ordering from China, and that's a totally different time zone. It's a whole world away, and you're talking with suppliers. Sometimes it's a day delay, or sometimes they have these weird holidays, right? Or sometimes they just don't reply to you. So there's a lot of stuff that comes with Amazon where you're going to need to be patient. Sometimes you're going to wait it out. Even when like your products are being shipped in, you create your listing and you're kind of waiting, and then it's just like this limbo period, right? So there's a lot of waiting around. So if you can't handle that, maybe it's not for you. Don't start on Amazon if you are afraid of asking questions. Now this one seems pretty simple, like it's not even a problem, but there's a lot of people who would just like go on forums or go on Facebook and they're just lurkers, right? They read the questions, they read the answers, but they don't actually participate. Now, to be an active seller, you want to get into the community, you want to participate, and you want to just get your questions asked, because there's a lot of stuff that will be specific to you, that no matter how many times you look it up, no matter where you search, no matter how many videos, no matter what course you buy, it just won't come up, because it's specific to your situation, with your product, with your account, with where you live, whatever the situation is, it'll be specific to you, and you need to just reach out and ask questions. Now, where can you do that? Of course, again, I already mentioned them, forums, posts, Facebook, right? Just get out there and ask. You don't need to talk in person, right? It's just typing. But if you're too afraid to put yourself out there, like your own name, you think it's embarrassing to ask dumb questions, then this is not for you, because especially being e-commerce, there's a lot of stuff that is kind of finicky or that can get into the way, where you just need to get out there and ask an expert. Go ahead, you can DM me, you can message me on Facebook, whatever, Instagram, you can message Nick, my business partner, and we will help you out. But don't be afraid to ask out to some of the top dogs out there, because most of them will surprisingly be happy to help you. But if you don't want to do that, then don't start this. You also don't want to start Amazon if you can't follow directions. Now, why do I say that? It's because it's a formula, right? We have a lot of students that come through and try to change the game on us. Like, hey, I took a course, but I also took 3 other courses, and I want to do these crazy Frankenstein things and go their own way. Now, every course might teach it differently, but if you gotta follow the specific course. There's a reason that person put that in their course, because that's their method that works for them. If you start Frankensteining these things, it might not turn out, right? So you need to be able to follow direction, because the best part I think about Amazon is that it's a formula. There's so many sellers that have done it, that are continuing to do it. The sellers that started at the beginning, that have tried and true methods that are still working today and that have just been altered. And if you can't follow, if you're too, like if you think you have always the best ideas and you don't have the humility to follow other people's steps, then don't do this, right? Because again, it is a formula. Most of the time, it's just a matter of putting the shapes in the boxes and just going with it, and not trying to change too much, right? Because why try to change the game? Just mirror success. Like Tony Robbins says, if you want to be successful, just find people who have found success and do exactly what they're doing. Because this is a Russell Brunson thing, you can always see who the pioneers are because they have arrows in their back, meaning they went out first, they got burned, they got, they went through the pain, and they're the pioneers. They're the ones who changed the game and paved the way for everyone else. So you don't want to be the pioneer who has to relearn everything. You just want to follow that pioneer and know what he did, right? So if you can't follow directions, don't do it. Another reason not to start Amazon is if you can't commit. Now, I don't say this lightly, but I really don't think that Amazon FBA is for dabblers. People that want to dip their toe. People who are like, I'll order 50 units and just see how it goes. I feel like if you're a dabbler, if you're someone that is just trying to test like really low quantities, and you're testing Amazon at the same time testing Shopify, at the same time testing something else, you'll just get burned. You're just gonna lose the money because it's not gonna work out for you. If you're not fully ready to commit and go all in on this, it's not gonna work, because Amazon, unlike other business online e-commerce models, it does take quite a bit of capital, which we'll get into. So you really want to make sure you're going full force on this. You're better off, just going double down on Amazon and just tunnel vision, right? Put blinders on, just stare straight at it, and like Amazon, make Amazon your bitch, and just and just go at it, as opposed to, hey, I want to test it out. Can I order a few units? And I'll put just a little bit of the most minimum amount of money I can put into it. I'll put into it, and hopefully I'll get a return, right? Because it's not a gamble. That's the thing. Like I said about following direction, it's not a gamble. So you want to go all in, because at the end of the day, it's a long-term business, right? This is not just selling other people's products, like drop shipping. This is building a physical product brand, right? You're building a physical product brand that you can actually take off of Amazon. Amazon is just like the main entry point for most people because it's easiest, but a real successful FBA seller will transition and start just using FBA as a fulfillment platform and not rely all on Amazon, right? You want to eventually take it off Amazon, have your own website, have your own kind of stuff going on, outside traffic, and make a real brand. So if you want to get into it, you got to commit, and you got to realize that this is going to be long term. Next, don't start Amazon if you don't know your why, your reason for doing it all. If it's just to get a Lamborghini, you will not go very far, because like I said, with the patience part of this video, you're gonna run into a lot of stumbles. You're gonna run into a lot of roadblocks and things that kind of make you want to throw in the towel. And this, from a personal standpoint, knowing your why, I realized how important it was. Like, for those of you that have seen the video, I'll put it up here. But when things happen, you really need to know why you're carrying forward, and why, just to reflect inside that get that inner beast in you to reignite when you feel down, right? This is not just Amazon, this is any business really, but especially you just need to know your why. You need to know the reason you're doing it, and it can't just be for cars and, I don't know, girls or whatever it may be. It has to be something deeper than that, and that really resonates within you, and it's not just external, right? So find your why. This is not really a don't do it, because everyone has a why. Everyone has a reason for doing it. It's just a matter of finding it and really believing in it. And like I said in the last video, or the video I made about it, don't connect it to something you can't control. Don't connect your why to someone else, or something that is really someone else's domain. All right, it's hard to explain. If you watch the other video, you understand. Now, another reason, the final reason, don't do Amazon FBA if you have no money. Now, I know this one's gonna sting the most, and it's gonna be hard to hear, and it's gonna be kind of weird, because you're thinking, hey, I wanna get into Amazon because I have no money, so I can actually make money. But the thing about Amazon is that, the truth be told, you need capital, right? It's one of those business models where, compared to the other ones, that you need more capital. Where it comes to drop shipping, you can start with nothing, right? Affiliate marketing, you start with nothing. Amazon, because it is a physical products business, you need to have inventory, you need to have capital. Now, a lot of people online will say, you can start with $300, start with $500, whatever. But the truth is, you need a little more than that. You need about, we like to say 3,000 USD is a safe starting point. From there, you're good. You can probably play around with most products, maybe not the more expensive ones, but you can play around with most products, mid-range to cheaper, I'm talking about manufacturing costs, and you'll be good to go. Now, can you start with less? Yes. The minimum was about $1,000. Now, we've had students start with $1,000 that have taken their business to crazy levels. One in particular that started with $1,000. He's doing $20,000 a month right now in revenue, and he's just killing it, right? But again, that was a special case. He created a crazy, great bundle, very unique, really stuck out from the marketplace that he was entering. But it can be done, right? So it can be done. We also have Chi-El, who's a mother of two. We have her success story on the channel. She started with less than $2,000 and launched 3 products at the same time, and she's killing. She's doing $30,000 a month in revenue, so it's possible, but you need at least $1,000. If you have any more than that, you're good, but very minimum 1,000. If you have less than that, don't start this yet, at least, right? You can still do it, but save up. Or if you really want to start a business right now and you're just like, hey, I'm not gonna have $1,000 for a long time, go ahead and get into affiliate marketing, whatever, for now, something that's low cost that you can just go and start, right? But other than that, you're gonna need capital. And if you want, you can get a loan if you have no money, right? That's what I did. For those of you who don't know, I saved up my first 3 products. I was saved up $12,000, my personal, actually, it was $6,000 in credit cards, $6,000 in cash money, and then I got a $50,000 loan. Now, I did a whole video on why loans are great and how you can get a loan for an Amazon business as a new corporation with no credit history at 20 years old, get $50,000. I did a whole video on that, put it up here. But if you don't want to get into debt or get a loan, and I actually don't suggest getting a loan if it's your first product, then just wait. Save up money, get it, just save up money. But if you're trying to get in with $0, it's not gonna happen. So don't start Amazon if that's the case. So that's it, that concludes my kind of warning. If any of these kind of match up with where you're at, don't do it. Really, don't do it, or change it up, right? If you feel like you can make it work, go for it. But if you're like 10 out of 10 on these, like I have no patience, I don't want to do research, I have no money, I can't follow directions, then hit the road, Jack. Now, again, why am I doing this video? I'm not trying to scare you guys away. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I'm just trying to make sure that if you're getting into Amazon, you're fully aware. This is the disclaimer of you're aware of what you're getting into, and it's not all rainbows and unicorns, but if you do it all right, it can honestly change your life, which it has for me. For those of you that don't know, I am getting out of this place. Like I said, I'm packing up, I'm getting out of here. I'm doing a 4-month trip all across Asia. It's going to be insane, and I'm gonna be getting to those videos more consistently. Again, I know I've been staggering, but I've just been so busy trying to pack up and plan a trip where I'm taking 2 people with me. So it's pretty insane. So if you interested in following me on that journey, don't forget to subscribe. And again, free FBA masterclass in the description. I teach 3 really unique secrets in there that I'm sure you will enjoy. If you have an FBA business already, you can implement them. If you're just starting out, you can implement them. No matter what stage you're at, these tips will help you out. So don't forget to sign up for that, register, pick the best time slot for you. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm JT Franco, and I will see you guys in the next one.